First of all, just your thoughts on what you saw tonight.
I thought we were very professional first half, and we were quite ruthless as well. It was a nice night. It was a nice night to see all the fans come out and watch the boys play. It was a nice night to meet some of the supporters as well. And I thought the first half team were really professional.
I mean, how close do you feel like you are to being where you want them to be at this point? Do you feel like you're kind of getting there? Obviously, season in a couple of weeks.
Well, we've got 2 or 3 really important players not available in Tyler Roberts and Chris Willock. Obviously, Luke Amos as well. They've not played many minutes pre-season, so you would like them up to speed. I think if they join the first half team, 3 or 4 of the second half, I think, yeah, we're in a good place. We brought 22 outfield players tonight and 3 goalkeepers, so we know that squad's going to get whittled down. I think the young boys have acquitted themselves really well pre-season. But come this weekend against Crystal Palace, we're starting to get to the nitty-gritty of things, and that's a completely different challenge. And so we'll see how we fare after that.
Just on the injury stuff, obviously Luke Amos and Tyler Roberts tonight. What is the kind of latest on them? What are the issues, and how long do you expect them to?
Chris is back in training. Tyler and Luke will be back in training the first part of next week, maybe the end of this week, which is good news. They obviously need to get up to speed like the other boys are. So no rushing in terms of that, because when they come back, we're going to need them, and we're going to need them to be firing, and they'll add goals and energy and creativity to the team, won't they?
What are the issues with those guys?
It's nothing major with any of them, to be fair. Tyler had a slight issue with his thigh, which was 7 to 10 days, which set him back a little bit. Luke's felt a twinge in his hamstring, but he's been in and out of rehab so far. And obviously Chris is back in training now.
Do you expect Amos and Roberts to be back by the time the season comes around?
Yeah, whether they'll be 100% ready, but they will be back. The aim is, there's a loose aim of Blackburn, certainly for Tyler and Luke to join Chris for that as well. So we're all guns blazing to get them back for that game. But as I said, no risk. We'll have to come through a couple of heavy weeks to get them up to speed. It's important they have that pre-season. I don't take that away from them.
Is Chris the same as last time we spoke? He's obviously back in training, and you're still hoping that he might be about for Blackburn?
Yeah, 100%. He's back in full training now, so he's just got to catch up with 1 or 2 bits. He's working really hard. He's looking strong in the running, but it's just, you know, the way Chris plays with the twisting and turning and carrying the ball, that's a different type of fitness, but he's been getting that back. He trained ever so well yesterday. He didn't take a day off after the Germany camp. He come straight into work, so today was his little rest day. I'm looking forward to working with him again tomorrow.
You mentioned in Germany, I think that you were quite close to adding to the squad. Are you close? Is there anyone coming in there?
We're extremely close. These things just take a little bit of time, but we are close. I can assure you, I'm not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. It's these things, I felt there was 1 or 2 things that might happen earlier in the week, and these things just get delayed for medicals and different things. But I think by the weekend we'll have another face in the building.
And specifically a right back, obviously you're looking for one. How is that search going? Is that coming
It's
along?
becoming frustrating, but there's a number of players on our list. There's some very good players that are away with their first team, so loan options and options as full signings as well. We've whittled it down to the player or the players that we would like, and now it's just a matter of finalising one. But that's not against the young boys that have done well. Aaron Drew's had a really good pre-season and given me something to think about, and Ozzy's 100% committed and does what he's always done. You know, there's no issue there. We just feel we need a little bit more support.
Probably won't surprise you too much to mention his name. Danny McNamara, obviously Gary Rowett's gone on the record and kind of said that the bid wasn't, you know, close to what they wanted. He's still holding out some hope for that one. Is that still a possibility?
Listen, I think Gary said what he said. I didn't actually see it. You've just told me there that he said we haven't met his valuation.
Yes.
So he's their player, so I don't want to get into that. It wouldn't be fair of me to do that. If Gary did that with one of my players, I wouldn't like it. He's a very good fullback. I think everyone knows that. He's in his last year of his deal, so there will be interest from other clubs. For some reason, we've been made public our interest. I don't quite know why that is, but again, he's Millwall's player, and until he isn't Millwall's player, I wouldn't want to comment.
Is another striker something you're looking for this window? Do you think? Do you feel like you need one? Is that?
I think we might just need to keep strengthening the spine. I think up front, you see young Sinclair today is so exciting. I wouldn't want to sign someone to get in his way. I think he can make an impact this year. I think McCauley's had a good pre-season. Linden scored a hat-trick. Tyler can play there. I think Chris can play there as well. We want more players that can come and enhance the style, enhance the athleticism of the group, players that have got a presence on the pitch. And So we're looking in midfield and we're looking up the pitch as well.
In terms of like departures, have you kind of got a better idea of who you want to keep around with, whether or who you want to let go, so maybe on loan or permanently? Have you kind of got an idea of that now?
Yeah, we've had a lot of interest in loans, to be fair, but like I've been a bit picky in terms of wanting my time to look at the young players, so I could give them some feedback. You know, I didn't want to just send young players out on loan without having the time to work with them. I don't think that's fair on the young kids. They go out on loan, they don't know where their future is going to be long term. So it's important I spent the first 3 or 4 weeks. But I think between now and the weekend and early next week, we can give some feedback to 1 or 2, because there is clubs that want to take him on loan, and going and playing games will progress their career if I don't think I'm going to use them here. I think with the 5 subs and being a new head coach, it was really important that I took the time to look at the young players, and I think I've seen enough now from them.
Do you feel like permanent departures are a possibility in the squad? Is that something you're not really looking at?
Not at this moment in time. There's been no formal bids for any of the players, so whether there's been any interest or rumours in the media, there hasn't been anything that's come to Les or to the club or to me directly at this moment in time.
And just finally, obviously Sam Field's playing quite more advanced than he was, last season. He was more of a holding midfielder. Is that something that you see carrying on this season? He's obviously impressed today. He's popping up in the box and scoring and crossing.
Love Sam Field. Love Sam Field. Love everything about him. I love his personality, his energy, how positive he is. I love his willingness to learn. In the first conversation we had, he said that he wanted to maybe play a little bit more forward and run forward. We've had a look at him pre-season. I like the role that he's playing now. He sort of plays close to Stefan, and at moments when we've got secure possession, he gets away. Sam Field's a really important player for this football club, and I think that Sam Field's got the potential of kicking on and going to a higher level as well.